Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The Morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold. New ideas with the sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. Spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Vibes grow. New ideas with a sunrise spark. Fuel for your fire when the world feels stark. We're spinning the tracks of your mental glow. Every listen's a hit on the Morning Mac Show. Oh, it's the Morning Mac, where the time don't lag. Get your inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sip it slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Welcome to the place where the good vibes grow. Roll out of bed, bring your dreams alive. The Mac got the groove, keeping you in stride. No snooze, just choose to wake up bold. This is your hour, let your story unfold.
Grand rising, people. How's everybody doing this beautiful day? And it is a beautiful day because guess what? We survived the tornado. Yes. I don't know about you guys, but March, we got all kinds of weather going on. All kinds of stuff happening going on. And yes, we survived another day, another dollar. Like Missy Elliott said, enough to make you holler. I don't know who said it, but I'm saying it today. They ain't going to. And I also want to say today, happy intentional belated birthday, because my niece and my cousin, Brooklyn Simmons and Michelle Simmons, I get their birthday mixed up. One is the 15th and one is the 16th. One is the 16th and one is the 15th. But I know for a fact that today is the 17th. And it's past both of their birthdays. I wanted to send them a birthday shouts out and love. But today's the 17th, and it's also one of my friends. You know him as the host, one of the hosts on the Perspective Show. No. He's one of the hosts on the other side of the corner, him and Louisa. And then he's also on Red Vision Network, GIMO, or y'all, and they call him AI. You go by both of those names. Today is his birthday. Everybody getting older but me, because I choose to count down. So it's depending on your count. So everybody's getting older, and I'm going down. Hopefully, like my weight, I'm trying to get that down too, so I could be out there back. I had a dream, and it felt so real that when I woke up, my lower back was hurting and everything. I was dreaming that I was back on the basketball court doing some alley-oops, shooting basketball, me. And I'd be dreaming that I'd be roller skating and stuff. And I love to see, for some reason, when I see people on the basketball court, or especially people roller skating, I get all nostalgic. I got a basketball on my shelf right now. I got roller skates on my shelf right now. So, yeah, I get nostalgic, and I often wonder, at the end of my weight loss journey, will I be able to skate again? Even, without the weight, because sometimes the weight keep you unbalanced, and especially these keep you clumsy, because you like this, but sometimes they could be balancers, But I just want to know, would I ever be able to, glide in it again, skate again? In my mind, I can see it. I'm doing it. So I'm going to get the body in check, get the body in tune, so that I'll be able to do those things again and not break no bones. Be able to get it. I was like, oh, shucks. And then I seen a video, a reel of this real big dude. And he was on them skates gliding. So, and he was looking so good. I'm like doing all the tricks and everything. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to put some miles on them wheels. I got them. Might as well use it, right? Can't let it collect dust. And in my closet, I also got bowling balls. And I was like, dang, I used to be doing some of everything. I had tennis racket set, had soccer ball set. So I'm like, where did I need to get that person back? Because that was some good days, fun days. Man, it wasn't nothing. When y'all saw my little green Camry pull up with a little spoiler kit, pop the trunk, whatever you need, I had it in there. Whatever we was playing, I had it in there. From tennis rackets to bowling balls to skates. I was that girl on the go. I was ready, even at a picnic basket. What? My little igloo cooler up in behind in the back seat. So it was like I was ready for everything. And that's kind of how we need to get back to the basics. We need to be ready for everything, because we don't know what's going to happen. Look at this weather. Look at the weather. Look at the climate of the country and everything. We need to be ready. My motto is, for big girls, skinny girls, small girls, all girls, guys, whatever, you don't have to get ready if you stay ready. You got that saying that you're going to be doing stuff or whatever, but when they say, let's go, you be like, I'm ready. I'm ready for a break. And that reminds me, I used to have a book bag, right? Filled up with little survival stuff. I don't know where my bag is. It might be in my truck that got totaled. I used to carry it always in your bag. One backpack with enough emergency rations of food for a couple of weeks, like stuff like canned stuff or whatever, clean underwear, bandage kit, and stuff like that. The survival kit. And I can't find mine. I better do another one and put it in the truck, because you never know. You could be stranded on the side of the road, your first aid kit. So I got to make sure in case something happens that I'm ready for it. You don't be ready for everything, but you try to get a few steps ahead of some things if you can. That's if you can. Man, today is Turn Up Tuesday. We're gonna see what we're gonna turn up about. I ain't gonna talk to you, I ain't gonna hold you long. I'm gonna say good morning to everybody that's on the panel this morning. My super producers, Molly Mall, and my girl Friday. But it's Tuesday.
Wake up with the sun in a steaming cup. Tune into the show where the vibes heat up. The morning Mac got the flavor, got the glow. Start it right, let your energy flow. High takes rising like the morning brew. Fresh ideas and a laugh or two. From the first headline to your daily dose. This is the show where your spirit goes. Oh, it's the morning Mac.
What up?
Where the time don't lie. With inspiration packed in a casual swag. Sipping slow, feel the rhythm hit your toes. Welcome to the place.
How's everybody feeling today? What's the climate like?
37 and cold as shit.
32 where I'm at.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold all over.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's when you get a fluffy person and snuggle up under that's that extra layer of fluff and just nestle in. Y'all be all right. That's like mother's love. I just say baby's breath, come on in. Y'all be all right.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have a warm body to get next to, just put a fluffy blanket underneath you and a fluffy blanket on top of you, and it does approximately the sleeping bag thing, where if you just move your legs, it creates enough energy to keep you warm.
Yeah.
Or you can go and get a weighted blanket.
What up, Alan?
Weighted blanket. I have a weighted blanket. It's a 15-pound, and one time I fell asleep with that on me, and I felt like the next morning I had been crushed.
Well, y'all can try this new thing. It's a new thing they got out here.
Called what?
Called cutting
Morning,
the heat
Alan.
on. You can cut the heat on. You cut the heat on. That works.
That thing called.
I'm in an old house. Heat doesn't stay in my house. Heat finds the windows and says, "Man, it's nice out. I'm gonna go," and that's where the heat goes.
The oven on. You got that cut the oven on.
Yeah, I do actually. I do.
That worked too. Yeah.
I gotta have the oven on and the heater on to keep my house warm.
Wow. That only keep the room warm when you cut the oven on. Only one room.
Ain't it St. Patrick's Day? Who ain't got on no green?
I ain't got on green. Look, I try to keep my green in the bank.
We got a pincher. Green.
Oh, wait, I got some green in my underwear.
They'll say they draws. People be lying. They'll say I got some green in my drawers.
Ain't nothing about to be turning green in there.
It's fresh as the daisy. Wait a minute. It's fresh as the daisy. Yes. Yes.
I see like green eggs and ham.
You eat them here or there?
Anyway, I
know that book by heart, man.
I used to know every word from the beginning to the end.
Yeah. What up, brother?
He said he's smoking green.
He's smoking green, my man.
Yeah, I got the green on the inside.
He got it inside.
It's my baby cousin today. Alan's son today. His birthday today. It was yesterday. It's Alan. It's the baby birthday today. On the 17th. It's a couple of people's birthdays.
Man, they my great niece birthday.
On the 17th. Golden Shamrock.
Happy birthday to the birthday people.
Yeah.
It was a top.
And
you know, March, I realized a lot of people's birthdays are in March. I mean, more so than, a lot of people around me in March. So I know what they was doing in June. They was getting in the summer just hitting. You know what they was doing. But not them, but their parents. That's summertime, baby. For them to be in March. Oh, I too have a March baby. 2 March babies. I forgot
I
about
say yes today, my little leprechaun.
that.
He better give me gold. He need his gold.
They give him his go. He said little leprechaun.
Yeah. They lit already though. I don't know if y'all seen the St. Patrick's Parade, but shit, there's a recap a little bit. But turn up Tuesday. Hey, smiling out there.
What is they doing? Is they fighting?
Yeah, they was brawling out there. It's like a big bunch of people fight. Look like a lot of Spanish and black people.
Oh, where's this at, Molly?
In Dallas. Up out there, man. What? And people, whoa, break that shit up. I know the women can't.
This reminds me of like I don't know why we're always spectators at a fight. I mean, why do you know some people? Ooh, remind me of gladiator style, like you in the Coliseum, people fighting.
Yeah. He hit a girl. He like, come on now, dog. You hit a girl now. You doing too much. Come on, get up. There's girls out there. Look, she just smacked nothing. It's like a gay dude. He smacked the wrong dude. He smacked her ass right back. This is crazy. Dallas is lit. The same.
Hey,
I think it's the liquor, man. Can it be juice? Everybody they get their green on. Celebrate.
I didn't know St. Patrick was big in Dallas and Texas and stuff. I didn't know.
Big everywhere. It ain't like just a DC thing. They do it everywhere.
I didn't know they had parades in DC for St. Patrick's Day.
Nah, not that I know of. They do. I don't go. The weather don't be as good as like Dallas and other places, so they have a parade, But I seen them have little events and stuff here before, and I rock my green. We used to love going to little St. Patrick's events and stuff. So, yeah, that's what they was doing in Dallas. Allen said they was turning up in Houston as well, so they went crazy for spring break.
They actually they on spring break with good weather. We up here spring break and the weather ain't. We want the weather to give us a break. It's colder than the witch sit out there today. Tornadoes and sharknadoes and everything.
What up, Malik?
Wow.
Yeah, I think it was the alcohol though. Like y'all out there in that sun, the heat, you drinking, walking. All they do is take somebody bump you or something, man. Like you just irritated already. I think that's what it was though.
Yeah, like I looked up why are people fighting on why do people fight on St. Patrick's Day? And it really just came down to a shit ton of alcohol. And then the stereotype behind the fighting Irish. But other than that, there's no actual reason to fight each other on St. Patrick's Day. I'm not a big fan of fights. I looked away during the majority of that video. Although I will make a statement, like whenever you're like, oh, he hit a chick, that chick was just standing next to him. He fucked up. But there was one chick and somewhere in the beginning that ran out to the guy that was popping everybody in the face, and she got popped in the face. I don't feel bad for her. She did that.
Yeah, that's probably her boyfriend that got knocked out there. She said, "Oh nah, I can't just sit here. I'm gonna go brawl with mine." Now, you right. It got to be the alcohol. I blame the alcohol as well. And I don't know. Island. That's what it says on the video. It said they was at a St. Patrick's parade in Dallas. So I don't know. It said it wasn't a parade. It was a spring break in Texas this weekend. I think they had both. I seen some spring break ones as well, but I don't know. Say it was Saturday. Yeah, Saturday ain't old. The hell.
I couldn't tell what the hell that was. I was trying
No,
to put out some food and everything. I couldn't tell whether it was nasty.
they all got on green with their St. Patrick's gear. So I don't know. I mean, if they would just all happen to wear green for just spring break, then that's weird as well. But this was yesterday, 20 hours ago when it was posted. So I don't know. It could have been Saturday, Sunday, but that's what they saying. It was a St. Patrick's parade. And everybody out there mostly had on green. So I don't know. Unless they were celebrating it early. I don't know what they had going out there. Whatever's going on, I think a lot of liquor had a lot to do with it. When you got dudes hitting girls and girls hitting dudes, I'm like, what type of spirit is out there? This shit is crazy, man. He said they had Patrick's Day festivities Saturday. Okay, yeah, that's what I say. They probably had it before that.
Wow.
We ain't going in none. Reese, see, that's why I be telling you, nah, we not going. Reese want to go to all this type stuff. Nah, Reese.
Look,
Oh,
look,
nah. Put
gotta be
Reese there
voice of reason.
in a chair just looking at everyone with her arms crossed too. That
Reese gonna
I
do
didn't know
something.
what the hell that was at first. I couldn't tell whether it was something nasty or violent because I had my phone on the counter on the other side, so I didn't know what the hell was going on at first. You said it was some type of St. Patrick's Day feud or something?
Oh yeah, they were just fighting at some type of like festival. They had like a parade. Yeah,
they're like literally fighting. They're full blown throwing on them.
I thought that was the day everybody drink and celebrate and have fun and go out and stuff. I didn't know people be knucking and bucking.
That's because of the drink. The drink. That's what Molly's saying. Molly's saying that the drink make you knuck and buck, and sometimes the F word too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! Is that a day for wilding out? St. Patrick's.
I know if I drink some white liquor, I'm swinging on somebody. So.
Trey, everybody getting hit because Trey tall with that arm reach. You be like, what? Oh no, we don't need you to be out there.
Yeah, boo, whack-a-mole.
So y'all tell me if there's a difference though, because from what I've seen, most of the time if men get really shit-faced, then they end up on the violent side, whereas when women get really shit-faced, the majority of the time they end up being lovey-dovey. So does anybody know the psychology behind that? I could go look it up and see if there's something. But y'all,
the way y'all should be mixing, y'all be flying one more kid. Y'all be flying one moment and hugging and fuck you. Y'all be doing that shit too.
Yeah, I don't know.
No drunk woman get all lovey-dovey when she drunk. I seen her get belligerent, drunk, want to fight, want to start something. Hey.
Yeah, that's the ones I'm used to now. If your partner get drunk, she might want to get freaky deaky with you because that's your partner. But outside of that, like, nah, most times I see women, they fighting and all that shit the same. More than a man.
Yeah.
I see that more than a man. If most times because liquor involved. Because them same girls that was fighting to be hugging each other, crying, like, I love you, girl. You know, I'm like, this shit is crazy.
But I slept with Brad. Bitch, you slept with my man. And then they be out there brawling. Crazy stuff.
Maybe more men drink than women. I don't know. That's probably why it seemed like more men tend to do it. Probably it's more men out here.
I've experienced more angry men than I have angry women whenever it comes to the alcohol thing. But that you're right. Maybe that's just my personal experience because I'm unfortunately adorable. So chicks flirt with me a lot when I'm drunk. And when I'm drunk, I'm so gay. I am so much a lesbian. I swear, women are so hot when I'm drunk.
Man.
No, one time I got really fucked up and I brought home a chick and then she was so drunk. She was more fucked up than me. I was like, I feel like the consent isn't really here anymore. So here's some water. And she fell asleep on my couch. And I came to check on her and I realized after I had sobered up and all, I was like, oh, thank goodness I did not have sex with that because she is not my type. When I was drunk, all I saw were how
Did you
big her
say with
titties
that?
were. I
Did you
didn't
say?
see anything
Did you
else.
say? Wait a
She
minute. You
sound
said
like
I
the
did not have
dudes,
sex
though.
with that. You didn't say her. You said with
Said
that.
that,
It was
yeah.
that bad.
It was that bad.
You know, when people get inebriated, the vision get distorted. There was this guy. This is no cap. They used to chase me around the club every time he got drunk, and he said because when he's drunk, I look like Paula Abdul. Straight up now, tell me. I'm like, get the.
I remember you talking about that. You're like, why can't I look like Paula Abdul?
No, I mean, I was like, what? I mean, I couldn't get no Janet Jackson in there, nobody. He's about Paula Abdul.
Paula's fine, so take that.
Yeah, I didn't want him. He was obnoxious. Ugh. But the alcohol could make
Wait. What about him gave you the ick? Like you made the ick noise. What about that gentleman gave you the ick?
What up,
He was
Cal?
obnoxious. He was, and then he's an alcoholic. You know, he was just like one of those.
Everybody
He'd be
in
like,
there is an alcoholic. He just ain't your type.
no, no. When he's sober, he's a different person. He's nice. I like him when he's sober.
It's
But when he
everybody.
start drinking,
You get drunk.
even if somebody is your type and they drunk, you don't want no drunk person or slobbering all over you.
Don't like drunk. You don't like people that drink. Then that's
well.
what's
No. See, the thing is, those are two different types of personalities on the same person. So when you drink and he drinks, if y'all are not the same level, but you are whenever you're not drinking, that's the two different personalities that are coming out that are not clicking. So if y'all can't click when you're both up here, but you can only click down here, at no point can he be up here and you click with him. It's just not going to go. The way that works is if you click here and you click here, then be alcoholics together. Fuck it, have a great time. But if you can't click when you're drunk, that ain't going to work. I had an ex 10 months we were together, and the last 4 months were hell, and I tried to get him out of his alcoholism, and he told me he liked his alcohol more than me, and I was like, fuck you, bitch, I'm out. That's how it should go. Fuck them. They like that alcohol so much more than getting love. Fuck them.
I don't mind nobody drinking. You can drink, that's fine. But when you get drunk, that's when you don't have control over what you say, do none of that, and you start peeing on yourself and peeing all over. I mean, that I don't like that kind of stuff. That ain't for me. No.
Mm-hmm.
Drink respectably. Drink responsibly.
Yo, you're home, Skilly. Alan, no. Does anybody? All right, I'm going to read Alan's comment. My homeboy got locked up for falling asleep at the light in Houston. The police turned on the lights and he fled. They caught him and found 17 pounds, perks, and $72,000 in cash. Everyone was in Houston. The whole city of Dallas and Houston was off lean pills, alcohol, and weed. Holy shit. Home Skilly couldn't have accidentally lost 8,000 this direction before he got pulled over. God, some people. I just need a car, okay? I don't care what anybody does, just like they shouldn't care if I choose to walk away. Yeah, that's fine. Everyone, that shit right there. If that's not your shit, leave. And nobody should give a fuck. If they give a fuck that you're leaving, then they need to work on the thing that has you leaving or get over it.
Yeah,
if that's the way they want to live, let them live that way. But that's sorry, go ahead.
No, I just say find who you match with. You know, like don't try to change yourself for somebody who might leave you anyway. And now you're not happy or not yourself because you're trying to please this man or this woman because they don't like a person that smoke or that drink or act this certain way. And it's like, then what we here for? Because it's probably flaws that person don't like with you, but they're accepting it. They're not telling you, don't do this no more. You know, I don't like when you do this or when you do this or anything that you might do on the regular. They're not trying to change you. So I just don't try to change nobody. I try to meet them where they at. And if it ain't something that I'm compatible with, then move on. But I would not want somebody to try to change themselves for me because they'll never be they truly self. That's how I look
Yeah.
at it.
Like, don't get me wrong, there's some alcoholics that are functioning alcoholics, and it does not impair them whatsoever. It's incredible. Not everybody has the ability to do that. The people that do, though, if that's what they do, all right, rock and roll. But the ones that it impairs, that you gotta work on your own progress. You gotta be somebody you are proud of.
Yeah. I just like if you drink, eventually you're gonna get drunk, assed out. Like to the point
No,
you can't. I mean, that's just my opinion. What you think? People that go to the bar and drink, you just somehow know your limit. That's why I don't drink. I take 1 or 2 cups, and I'm buying everybody drinks at the bar. I wake up like damn near like damn, where all my money at? They like, boy, you was showing love last night. Like the fuck, and that's the thing. Like it get me in a happy mood overnight. But at the same time, it was times I was drunk and cussing people out. I don't remember it because I blacked out, obviously, but I was starting shit, and I was just like, that ain't me. I'm like putting myself in situations and my friends in situations that we can easily avoid. But liquor, it depends on the setting. If somebody bothering me or something or say something to me and I don't know them and I've been drinking, it's up, and I don't know. It's just something about alcohol, I think, does that to a lot of people. It ain't got to be everybody, but I think eventually, if you drink, everybody gonna have that story that they blacked out or they did something crazy. It's just bound to happen until you eventually know your limit and you discipline. But it don't matter. It can be a birthday, you might overdo it. It can be a friend's wedding, anything, you might overdo it. I just feel like if you drink, you gonna have some of those nights. So if you with somebody that drink, just be prepared for that. Or if you is that person, lucky to have somebody that's willing to deal with that shit. Cause that shit ain't easy for the other person who don't drink. But if y'all both drink, it don't matter. Y'all gonna be lit. That
you're
might fuck
gonna be lit together. It's the same way like with smoking weed. Like y'all know I don't smoke weed. I
Mm-hmm.
used to just sit back and inhale because I used to get the buzz. I can't even get the contact buzz no more, mess with my lungs now. But
Aw, damn, I was gonna at
I
least throw you
know,
a shotgun.
Yeah.
I know, and this just happened within the last year that because I used to always sit up. I must have smelt the wrong stuff that messed with my lungs. I don't know, but or I must have had too much of an intake. I don't know because I used to just be fine. Now, because I'd be like, just
Can
getting
you
a
take
little.
edibles? Can you take edibles?
I took it one time and, and lost. I think I took the wrong thing. That's what I took. I took it.
Maybe you
I like
took too
Molly.
much.
Well, Molly used to make me gummies. I like Molly gummies.
Make
Yeah.
them lighter. Or
No,
eat half
whatever
a
he
gummy.
used to make me. He used
I
to make
told
me.
her what I mean to eat. She just ate too many because she
I
liked the
forgot.
taste. And her ass was done.
I
Them
That's
forgot.
joints.
spectacular. One time I made mac and cheese that made my walls move.
What?
Oh, I used to infuse every dinner that I had because I was making brownies on the regular, so I just had an excess of the butter. And the guy I was with came up and he's slapping the butter into different items, and he goes to the mac and cheese and he takes a big old glop. He's like, "This one's gonna love it." I was like, "Yo, it's still boiling. Like, I'm gonna have to pour this out." And that's all my brain thought. My brain didn't think about how it's absorbing that shit as it boiled. And so we drain it and we get back and takes another big old glop and threw it in there. And these are not teaspoons, they're tablespoon glops.
Mhm.
And like 15 minutes, I swear, into eating that shit, I was like, "Yo, are the walls breathing to you? Because they're breathing to me." And he goes, "What the fuck did we eat?" And we had a long pause before both of us, red eyes, look at each other and go, "The fucking mac and cheese." We gave it to our neighbors. They had a great time.
Oh wow! You
Mm.
told him that it was infused.
Sure, they
Mhm.
You
smoked.
did.
It was they smoked, but whether or not we told them it was infused, that's a mystery of its own. They went on a trip in their little rocket ship.
You gotta let the people know. That's what it's so funny. Um,
Oh shit! I gotta go. I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all in the future.
peace out. Peace
All
out,
right,
baby.
that's
It's when you eat it, you can't control it, but when you smoke it, you can. It's like when you eating like the edibles or stuff, the stuff that make the weed. It's like they don't bring. You gotta wait the time to bring your high down. But like if you smoke it, I've seen people say, "Man, you just blew my high." Is that because can you snap in and out when you smoking, Marley?
What you mean?
Versus eating?
In and out.
You know, like people be like, "Man, you just blew my high."
Yeah, they just saying that shit. You know, that's the thing about real smokers and movie smokers. You know, people who just do the effect that they seen on TV. Like it ain't like that. It ain't what you see on TV. How they make you look like, oh, he's so high he can barely walk and everything. Just so, nah, you just high. Now, if somebody's starting to irritate you while you trying to enjoy your high, that's called blowing your high. You know, but they can blow your mood. You ain't even have to be high. You in there just chilling and relaxing, and somebody going there trying to argue and irritate you, that's considered blowing your mood. But if you high, they say you blowing my high. Like, come on, man, let me enjoy my high. Don't
And
come
that's
in
the
trying to
truth.
argue with me, fuss with me. Like, let me enjoy this, you know. But a drunk could just fight you, probably smack the shit out of you, you know. Most people that's high, they tend to think different. It ain't nothing wrong with drinking if you can handle it. Who in the world?
Wow, that's the truth.
I'm just fucked up.
Bring your dreams alive. The Mac
Greetings, everybody. Greetings.
This is your hour.
Ron the Don in the building. What up,
Mr. Arthur, how's everything going, baby?
Out here grinding, that's all.
Grinding. How you feeling these days?
Hey, I'm thankful to be above dirt today.
Okay. We talking about people drinking and smoking, and when people drink and they act all crazy.
Yeah.
Can you deal with somebody that drink and that crazy?
Well, first of all, I'm not even gonna deal with nobody that's drinking anyway. I'm not even gonna have that me growing up with family that's all they did was drink. I don't like to be around it. I mean, I can't tell nobody what to do, but I can control my surrounding, what I put myself in. So I choose not to be around it. I don't judge nobody, but at the end of the day, that's your body and that's your life. You got to give consequences for it. So at the end of the day, having uncles and aunts drinking and just growing up seeing that's not my thing. Everybody's own thing.
Now, you seen women and men get drunk. Who tend to take it the worst to you? I mean, personally, to me, I hate to see a drunk woman because she is just the worst. I've seen drunk men, but the worst was the drunk women when they get inebriated. So, in your opinion, when you see it, because you've seen it, because we all seen it, who tends to take it the worst? You think?
To me, I think both take it, but I think it's a disgrace to see a woman. Not saying it's not a disgrace to see a man out there, but I think it's just horrible disgrace to see a woman out there, because for a woman to be using obscenely words and because she gonna just act like a fool. Not saying the man don't do it. I'm not saying that women do it too, but at the end of the day, I just think it's uncouth for a woman to do it. Not justification for a man that do it, but I just think for a woman, I just think that you have a lot of other women looking at you, and you have children looking at you. Not saying that you don't have no kids looking at men, but at the same time, trying to put a balance in between it. But to me, to see a woman out here drinking and out here cussing, and it's just uncouth to me.
Yeah, it seems that the women do the most to me. I mean, it seems like men have more control. Even though they drunk, they messed up. It seems like they have more control over themselves than a woman that's drunk. She like, and I've seen that, and my eyes got big on several different occasions, and I'm like, you know, I used to say certain people crazy, but every time you see a woman off it, she be off it. And I was like, why that man be high or drunk, you know, but he still got more control of himself. I don't know what. But to me, yeah, women, I don't like to see a drunk woman either, Ron. That's the worst thing I've ever seen. Yep. And I don't know, maybe because, like you said, because we look at women as being nurturers and caregivers and taking care of their kids and you know, that responsibility. But they be off of something else. And I don't know where the violence comes from. The violence, I don't know. If I guess some people drink and go somewhere and lay down, go to sleep. Those are the type of people that I could deal with. You drink, you go somewhere and lay down, go to sleep. Yeah, I can understand that. But when you get out there and get belligerent, you get ignorant, when you want to start, when you want to fight, them type of drinking, no, I stay away from them type of people. And you got to know, you don't know until you know. I didn't know one of my homegirls, or old homegirls anyway, would go off and Kirk out because I never seen them go get drunk before. I seen them drink. But like Molly said, one day they was drinking too much and got drunk over that lemon and lost their mind. And I was just like, wow, never again. I don't want to go out with you never again. You showed your natural black ass. I don't want to be, you know, it just, no, thank you. So you got to know who you rolling with. And sometimes we don't know until we know. But let's get to the success of the book. Tell the people who you are, Ron, because I'm sorry, Mr. Truth. Tell the people who you are for those who don't know you, don't see you a lot. Tell them who you are and what you got going on. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Reese. My name is Ronald Truth Hunt. I've written a book about walking down the halls of truth. It's about a book, what I experienced, what I went through, but at the end, it led me back to God, trying to run from what I've been through and also put things in perspective as far as what we got to do before we leave this earth. The book is also on Amazon. I must say, I just want to thank everyone that supported me and continue to support. The book is doing very, very well. I'm just pushing it like it's crap because you get tired of doing wrong. Now it's time to do right, and do right by yourself and by your community.
Community, I like that. I like you said that, not just right by yourself, you said, but your community. I love that part right there. That's right.
I like that, Cal, Alan. We got a lot of comments in here. I know you probably can't see them, Reese, but they been popping in. Cal said he enjoy drinking around dinner. Then when I wake up to beat a hangover, then at work, then at the bar afterward, then rise and repeat. It was no way to live. Oh, so he's saying that's how he used to live. He used to wake up drinking, dinner drinking, work, bar, all that. That was all day every day. I can't drink like that.
So he was a conscious alcoholic.
Yeah, he said he was conscious.
Wow.
Kalani, she said not everybody who goes out drinking will end up drunk. They are people who know their limit and others who don't. That's probably a response to what we was talking about earlier when she tapped in. Yeah, I don't think anybody said everybody. I did remember saying everybody experienced that at one point. That's how you find out your limit. So I don't know. Some people listen and responding and listen to understand. But I don't think everybody out here don't know their limit. But I do think everybody out here been drunk. That you drink, if you drink on the regular and you know your limit, you found out your limit by drinking too much. Now, if that ain't the case for some people, then let me know.
What is a limit though? Because some people limit could be
It
5 or 6
depend on
drinks.
you. Yeah, the person. Depend on the person. Like we get me drunk might just be a warm up for some people. So once you know your limit, but I don't think it's anybody out here that drinks that never experienced a time that they was hungover or blacked out or something that was really just too drunk, like drunk, not just drinking you in a good mood, like you was fucked up. I think everybody that drinks on a regular experienced that at one time.
Like to throw up. I never threw up. I never got drunk to throw up like that, like Earl. I never got drunk like that.
Yeah, and you ain't never
I got tipsy. I got too tipsy before, but I didn't. And if y'all know, now I don't drink a whole lot because I got other stuff going on in my body, and if I drink the alcohol, it messes me up. So I
got
can't.
stout.
So I can't. I might drink some wine. Now I would drink a little bit of wine. Even I gotta watch that. Me and Misha, I think she told you the stories about we used to like those frozen liquor things. It's just like icy, like slushy. The frozen. Some people call it Kool-Aid. To us, we call it hardcore liquor. You squeeze it and it's all slushy. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The little Bailey things. They come in the freezer. And we took one of those, and the first one, it didn't bother us, right? So we thought we was drinking. Don't you know? By the time we started on that second one, both of us was laid out like, ooh, what happened? So sometimes you could drink, and it was so sweet and slushy, we didn't know we was getting messed up. Because they was like, oh, they ain't got nothing but 3% alcohol, or they ain't got nothing but 5% alcohol in it. That ain't nothing. That's Kool-Aid. To some of y'all out there, that's Kool-Aid. To us, that was some Stone Cold. That was shots. But it snuck up on us the way it snuck up on us. Like we drank down the first one. Oh, it's good. It's sweet. It's slushy. Second glass, she couldn't even finish her glass. And I got to the halfway through mine, and both of us laid out like this. Like, I don't know what happened. It's like, that's crazy. So when you drinking and stuff,
if somebody go to the gym, you're not just gonna go in there and know how much you can max. Like, oh yeah, like you never worked out or lift or do a bench. You gotta see where you at. You might throw 45s up there to see, okay, 135. If that's light, you throw something else on there. But then when you go back, you know your limit. You know how many reps you can do. And then you'll know if you're getting strong, okay, I can do more reps. And that's how people build up their tolerance. When I first started smoking weed, I only can smoke about 1 J a day. I keep putting it out like, oh, this stuff too. And then as my tolerance built up, I went to 2, to 3, so I can't even keep count no more. It's just like I gotta constantly smoke. But for light smoke, it's like if you was to smoke, you'll be good with just a puff and you'll be done. So I feel like the same thing with alcohol. Like some people, they can drink. They can drink a lot more than others, and they tolerance build up. So they limit is when they basically get blacked out till it's too late. Like they can do it, and they can wake up and do it again. And just some people can do that. But I just be worried because there's too much heavy machinery out there. These people be on the road. It's like you see too many accidents and stuff happens like this. So it's just like they're not gonna allow you to have a firearm because you smoke marijuana. Because you get a marijuana card, you can't own a firearm.
oh,
But
really?
this motherfucker can walk in the store and buy a bottle of Henny. He can drink, drive with a firearm. It
Wait a
just don't
minute.
make sense.
They didn't change the laws? If you get a marijuana card, you can't have. What if I get a marijuana card after I get my firearm?
They gonna come forward. They gonna take it. You can't have both.
I didn't know that you can't have a weed, like even though it's legal. Both are supposed to be legal, but you can't have both at the same time. That's crazy.
You might trip out.
Or for weed.
And that might not be everywhere, but I done heard. I want to know if it's some places. If y'all heard something different, let me know. They gotta change that because it don't make sense that alcohol, people that drink can actually own a firearm and people who smoke can't. That just don't make sense. So they about to change that real soon. I hope so, child. Chances are, if you're an alcoholic, you drive drunk. Yes, what I'm saying. It's people out here driving drunk. Then it's got the young kids. They just getting on the road. They just learning their limits. And I'm just talking off experience. I ain't start drinking. I was about 25. But all my friends in college, they was drinkers, but I made sure I drove. It don't matter where we go. But for the people who didn't have a designated driver, they always end up decking it on the side of the road, the police and the but that's because they was still learning like what they can drink. Should I drive? They feel like they can drive. I know anytime I was tipsy, I always felt like I can drive. I like, "Well, I'm good." Them white lines get a little blurry. You get real close to the steering wheel, But like G dot drives better drunk. I don't know
Get
why.
out of here.
He's sober. He can't drive to save his life when he's drunk. He make every turn right. I don't know. Maybe because he's scared or something. He worried about the police, but it's crazy, man. You gotta get past it.
He
Much
drive
love.
better drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I was the friend, I'm always the one in the bunch that don't drink or don't drink much. I always know my limit. I was always the designated driver. And also I was always the bodyguard to make sure that everybody get home safe. Now, once you get home, whatever you do. But we made it pack. When we go out, we look out for each other to make sure you don't go home with nobody. Then let them come pick you up at your house, whatever. That's afterwards. But if we come together, we leave together, and don't that way nobody get left behind. That was. But I had one girlfriend, Molly, and y'all know who she was. We tried to get her out the club one night, could not get her out to save her life. And we was like, come on, we all came together, we leave together. She did not want to leave with us, and she did not leave with us. And I felt so bad. I was like, call me as soon as you get in, call me. I was like, that just was unsettling. But what can you do? You can't make people get in the car with you, can you? You can't make people be responsible, can you? But she ended up being okay. Because I was like, oh wow.
Yeah. Sound like she met somebody at the club and she wanted to go home with him. And she like,
Yeah,
"God, go ahead. I'm good." Y'all
yeah.
was worried like, can she really trust him? She like, hell yeah. She good. She was safe. Wasn't nothing wrong with her, right?
But she didn't know she was safe. How you know you safe with a
No
stranger?
woman know that when every dude you meet, if you go on a date right now, who you think you with? A stranger. You can meet
Yeah.
him right now on the app, and you go meet him. You with a stranger. You go out to an event right now. You meet a nice guy. You go out with him. He's always gonna be a stranger till you get to know him. So you feel like she should at least get to know him before she started spend the night with him. That's what you think she should at least did.
No, I think because she was too inebriated, and I thought he was going to roll her because she got because she was messing with these girls was messing with her. Then she went over here to this guy. She was just so promiscuous that night that she was all over the place,
Oh,
and they
she
was
was trying
looking.
to get laid. She was trying to get some. She found it. She was
And,
fishing.
and they was looking at that, right?
Mhm.
And and I knew the two girls was going to roll it because they was plotting up, scheming. But the guy, I guess the guy, maybe he saved her, because she decided to go with the guy, and he said that he would make sure she get home. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, he made sure she was good, and he had a friend. You'd have been right along with her. Hey, what's up with that thick one right there? Yeah, what's
Hey,
up?
yeah, Reese would have
Me?
ran. Yes,
Who,
you know
No,
me?
it
Marlon.
wasn't. You know
Yeah,
Marlon, you
what?
know how
If I would have
you know how
went,
Reese is.
I would have went to keep an eye on her. So I
yeah,
wouldn't
that's
have
what
went.
they all say. I'm gonna go just to keep an eye on her. Then he tell his homeboy, "Hey, look, keep her occupied, and then you'll forget your friend even in the room till you hear that." You're like, what the going on in there? Clack, clack.
Hey, hey, you know Reese
Mm-hmm.
would have let somebody clap them cheeks, man. You
I'm just
know.
here to watch. I'm just to make sure she get home safe. Like she can do something. If he want to snatch both of y'all up, tie both of y'all ass up. Like she's security or something. But that's good to have a friend that care. I just tell, women they should share their location. So even if something, you know exactly where she at, you know where he live at. And that's a good way right there. And just keep in contact because y'all gonna probably meet somebody. Chow said he hate that crew. They cock blocker. He said that's the cock blocking and shit.
That's the cock blocker crew.
Yeah, he said that's the cock.
But I had somebody like that. Misha did that to me. I wanted to get to know this guy, but she was like, no. And I was like, you take your ass home. Go home. I'm tired of having conversation.
Oh, so hold on.
See how she do?
You saw that joke just flip. So you saying, Risa, hold on, I want to make sure I understand what you just said. I want to make sure. So you saying that somebody wanted to clap your cheeks and you had somebody blocking you?
Yeah. Misha. So she said, "Fuck that."
We had fun. It was one of my cousin's girlfriend's nephew came from out of town. We had met at the picnic, had a good time, and then we went out the next night to date. So and we was all at IHOP. It was like all the three of us, and then we wanted to spend some alone time and get acquainted. And he gonna meet you right in the middle. And we was like, I was like, Miss, you can go home now. She lay right there on that couch. I'm like, take your ass home.
Well, some women don't care though. They'll still get their cheeks clapped while their friend laying right there.
She was there to blocking us. We was talking, having a good conversation. I wasn't gonna do nothing, but we wanted to still be alone.
Reese, we grown people on here. You telling me you just gonna sit there and talk about Prince to this man?
He was a Prince. How you know he liked Prince? He liked Prince too. So we was listening to music and we was enjoying each other's vibe.
Yeah, he's been vibing saying, ooh, he's been vibing right up in you. Ooh.
And he was handsome. He was pleasing to the eyes and to the mind. And then the talk, we was having a good, I was really vibing with this person.
Took her to IHOP.
Yeah, you already know.
No, you just mentioned I went to IHOP. So
I was like,
you showing out. You taking, man, you went to IHOP.
So that's all they take? They take you to IHOP to get some draws?
What's going on? No, it wasn't like that. We was up all day long.
Conversation, some good IHOP.
We left the picnic, the cookout. Right, we stayed, we was just like, it was just really nice.
Just be quiet, Reese, because you telling on yourself. Just go ahead, Reese.
I'm telling the truth, though. We weren't clapping no cheeks or nothing. I was shy. I was shy.
Same time you shy talking to the microphone, huh?
No, I was shy.
Those be the freaks, the shy one.
Yeah.
Don't tell nobody, okay?
We had a good time.
I bet you did.
We had a good time. And we stayed in communication. We stayed in contact. And he was supposed to go with me to my cousin's wedding. He lived in Chicago. So
he went back home and he was back home. Anytime he was out of town, he was free. You had him then. Once he got home, he back home.
Yeah. And he coming to visit, so.
Okay.
So when he comes visit, he come holler at you?
Yeah.
No. He married now.
What that mean?
I should have gave him stuff. If I would have gave him some, I might have been Mr. Jackson, but
it's too late. We talking about a married man. I thought we talking about somebody.
He married now, but ain't no telling what would have happened that night. But Misha was right there in the middle.
Hey, Molly,
she was laughing because she didn't like him because he got smart with her, and so she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure y'all ain't getting close." It was one of those.
Oh yeah.
She did some petty hating stuff. That was petty.
Stop hating me. Stop hating. He put that a friend for. But scientists came out and got new discovery that condoms may cause infertility and cancer. So they saying that wearing condoms can cause you to have cancer now. This is crazy.
I mean, the woman or the man, prostate or
I
ovarian.
think both.
Well, I guess that spermicide that they put in the, you know, on the latex and stuff.
Mm-hmm. They saying there's some shit called forever chemicals on there. I know y'all heard that. That's chemicals that like never die. Like they live forever. Like it's nothing you can do to get rid of them.
And they put it on,
But this,
and that makes sense.
but this been going on for
What you
years
said,
though.
I can
This ain't
believe
nothing
it.
new.
See, it been going on for years. You knew
Yeah,
about
this
these?
been, well, that's why they had a stay like this before with condom because of the lubrication that they was using. That it was getting a lot of women infections. Um, it was throwing their body off, and
Yeah.
this is not the first time this was talked about. I don't even think people still use condoms any time of days anyway.
No, you know, they better be.
It better.
I did hear people have allergic reaction though to certain, you know,
It's to the latex. It's
Mm.
actually to the rubber part.
Yeah,
It will break you out. Yeah, and if a woman, it irritates them. It could cause them to have vaginosis or yeast infection. Because, like Ron said, it throws the pH balance way off. But you got with monoxide, spermicide, with monoxidil, and all of that stuff on them condoms. Them the forever chemicals. Yeah. And you think, you know, some people body react quick, some people body react slow.
So do you think? So I'm gonna ask a question. So do you think black people use more condoms than white people?
Shit, I don't know. I don't
I,
know. I
I
seen
think
them.
so. I think so because it's been my experience that the other color, and I've seen it in action, that they ain't even studying about no condom.
So the reason I say that is because
The pluckies.
are they pushing condoms because they know more black people use condom, or they pushing it to prevent you catching disease or getting somebody pregnant? Because you gotta look at why they pushing this all of a sudden, and why they talking about it. Because
It could give us cancer and make us stir. It could be because they gave it to you free at the health clinic. Remember it in the deprived neighborhoods?
Uppercut those gave them to you.
Yeah, they gave it to you. They giving it to you. You know, it's use this. And people say, "Oh, that's a form of birth control." It's more than a form of birth control. It's population control, birth control, cancer control. Yeah, they're gonna control the narrative, all right. And that's how come they know what's happening in what area because they putting it in certain areas to see. We are always being tested.
Well,
We probably being tested right now.
I say that because, like I'm gonna use Upper Cadoza for example. I know back in the days when number black folks in Upper Cadoza up there by Clifton and Irving Street and Columbia Road, that was dominant black people. But now that it's become overpopulated with Hispanics, that they are pushing condom because uh not sounding racist, but a Mexican high roach quicker than a baby can. So it's just the fact that I just think now they're trying to, because in the white population they are dying out, because if you go back and look at history shows that white folks, the white women, don't have babies unless they fast, unless they farmers, unless they just incest. But a normal black white woman, she don't start having her kids until she get her 30s, because that way she don't put her education before having a baby. So by the time she reaches 30, 31, 32, she's already getting married or settling down in her career. So this is why I think that they are pushing condoms, or they're talking about it, is to desensitize white folks from using it.
I think so.
I don't think they much
No,
of them
I
use
stopped
them.
because somebody that's coming on the show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's why I stopped.
Damn. Normally let me play the music. What up, Trip?
Yeah. What up,
Trippy?
though?
And I made it in on this good turn up Tuesday.
Grand Rising.
Right.
Yeah, feeling late.
Hopefully you win, brother. I
Had some
don't know.
stuff going on with the kids today.
Right.
Did you hear what Molly said, Trippy?
No.
Tell him again, Molly.
Nah, they was just putting it back up so you can see what they saying that may cause infertility and cancer now. So
Oh, yeah, that's been a thing.
yeah, that's what Ron was just talking about.
Yeah, they've been saying that's a possibility.
Yeah, but now it is a fact now. Ain't no more conspiracies. And I always hear the only difference between conspiracy and the truth is 6 months. It seemed like this was a conspiracy. Now it's a fact because science says a fact. But it's like
Oh, yeah. Science said so.
Ron was saying that. What you saying, Ron? You think they doing a lot of this with population control? You think?
I think, I'm sorry, Ron. Go ahead, Ron.
I just think that in the white population, they don't start having their kids until they're 30, 31, 32. So by that time, they settled and graduated from college, and they pretty much like, I'm ready to get married. We look for our home, but they know in the black population, they're having babies at 13, 14, 15. Even in the Spanish culture, they're having babies that early. So I think it's more of trying to control with black folks and Spanish people. That could be just my thing. I could be wrong.
Okay. Nah,
I see your point.
I see where you going from it. Reese, you about to say something for Ron kicked in? I see you saying something.
Yep. I'm about to say it's just a form of poisoning us again. Experimenting, population control, genocide, put the kids out in this area, do this to this, push it over here. And the more people over here use it, hey, it ain't no different than what's been going on. It ain't no different. Birth control pills causing cancer, and they knew that. They telling us, oh, you got to control this, control that, but you're killing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And everything.
What's your thoughts on the trip? You come from the white population. How do you think they trying to target y'all?
Oh man, to be honest with you, it doesn't surprise me, man. And like, man, everything causes cancer nowadays. Everything, bro. And if you living right and you know how to heal your body right, I mean, it shouldn't be too much of a worry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think they use
everything causes cancer nowadays, man. And you look at like, that's just an American thing. That's backlash for turning the FDA and all the food things upside down on its head and trying to get all these yellow 5, red 6, all these dyes, all these chemicals out of food, and it's just ridiculous what they've done to our food and everything. You can eat the same stuff in another country. Like you go to Europe and eat McDonald's, you're gonna feel way better than if you ate it here. That's just a fact. And like it's a big American thing to like point them to. We're like the test dummies for the world.
Yeah. I think they got these new rubbers out too. I don't know if y'all seen it turn a certain color. I think we shared it before. Once y'all start having sex, and if it turn a certain color, that mean that person had some type of disease or something.
What?
Yeah,
That's the first time I heard about that one, Molly.
I ain't never heard about
wow.
that.
Yeah, I ain't never heard. I know they got colors that glow in the dark, but I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, they got some shit out here. Then they pushing a lot of sex dolls, so I think that this would scare somebody into, preferring to get a doll. You're already scared to go without a condom. So now they telling you, even if you go with a condom, it can cause you to actually get cancer. And it's like, nah, a lot of people probably going to try to find other options. So I don't know. I'm gonna find that little rubber one I was talking about though,
Hey,
because I said it
Yeah, I
before.
want to know them rubbers. That's a
Yeah.
hey,
good rubber to have.
but real talk though, Molly, me and
Hmm.
my homeboy was talking about it, right? And
Yeah.
so I've been looking at it on Amazon, right? So they want like $2,500 for a doll that looks human, just like a female, right?
Yeah.
So he asked me the question: would I have the plastic doll over the real female? I said I'll take the plastic dog any day because I ain't got to worry about no disease. I ain't got to worry about throwing up blood. I ain't got to worry
No
about
back
none of
shot.
that. Yeah, I ain't got to worry about none of that. So he started laughing, but at the same time, I
I
went
got
on
a joke
Amazon
about
to
that.
actually look at it. I went on Amazon and actually look at it like, damn, should I invest in one of these joints?
Yeah. Look, Ron, that's what I'm saying. People really thinking like that.
That's
You
what
know.
I'm saying. And it's like it's real because if you look at it, you ain't gotta worry about talking back. You ain't gotta worry about none of this. You gotta take them on a date. You gotta do all this.
You
And
ain't
it
got
just,
nothing but a piece of plastic.
hey, that plastic, I might catch a little burns. But I'm gonna put some baby oil in there and do what I do.
But you want somebody that don't think no fucking right, no love, no compassion, no nothing.
Hey
That's
man,
not human touch.
I can look at porn on and just tape the thing on her forehead and just go like that.
Yeah, that'd be easy, huh?
That's safe.
But they don't ain't that's not gonna give you companionship.
I ain't got to worry about catching crabs, no gonorrhea, no syphilis, or none of that.
You might catch bed bugs.
Yeah.
You might catch nanobites.
Catch
That's
rubber
okay. Your ass
burn.
gonna get the nanobites.
Here go the rubber joint right here. I had to find another video.
This condom changes color when it comes into contact with an STD. The American company Ready has unveiled a male contraceptive that detects sexually transmitted infections in seconds. Each disease has its own color code. For example, the condom could turn green for chlamydia, yellow for herpes, purple for genital warts, or blue for syphilis. The lubricant on the contraceptive contains antibodies and RNA fragments that act as detection agents for various STIs. These molecules bind to antigens and proteins unique to these pathogens. When the binding occurs, it triggers a cascade of biochemical reactions, such as enzyme activation and a change in pH. As a result, the condom changes color in real time and alerts the partner to potential contamination. Behind this technology are 3 young British students who presented a condom containing antibodies integrated directly into the latex. These antibodies react on contact with viruses or bacteria. This prototype, called STI, won an award at the Teen Tech Awards 10 years ago. However, at the time, their technology was not yet ready for commercialization. The price and release date of Ready's condom have not yet been announced, but this innovation could help millions of people around the world. According to the WHO, every day, more than 1 million people on Earth contract a sexually transmitted infection.
Yeah, I'm convinced. See what I'm
I
saying?
like that.
The plastic dog
That's
comes in
what,
hand. You ain't got to
and
worry about
that's
none
what
of
they
that.
about to try to push that, you know. So a lot of people going to buy those condoms. These condoms starting to give you cancer and all this. These supposed to be some like plant-based, like detective slash all this. So people like, I get that, and then if that thing turn a color, they know, oh, you got this. I was like, man, somebody might get
It's
hurt.
gonna be somebody gonna get killed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Somebody gonna
turn
catch a
purple.
case, boy.
Like,
Look,
oh, you
Ron.
trying to give me the pluckies, bitch? You give me the pluckies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
somebody
you
gonna catch a case, boy.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
A lot of people gonna catch a case. They better
Yeah,
leave the condoms alone.
yeah. Just let that die out because I'm gonna tell you something. But then you got some dudes just grinding because all they think about getting one off and they don't really care.
Chow said, nah, you just freaky. I'm Ron, just freaky, boy. Sign to the baby horse. What's up, Jay? Jay just popped in here. And that was a crazy one, though. I just thought that
God, dog, man.
probably something that they pushing out here. So they scare you with one thing and, you know, push something else on you. And I wonder what that thing gonna cost because they gotta put some type of chemicals on there to detect this stuff. So it's like, how safe is that? You know,
Mm-hmm.
like come on,
It's
man.
not. People gonna start glowing in the dark and everything.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
scary though, man. But see, this the thing is, that people are just sleeping with anybody. Look, just look at a prime example with these young kids, how AIDS done rose to the top, man. It's just now that these young kids are not shown how to respect their body. And so they think, I think it's disgusting. Guy my age is dating a 20-year-old or a 20-year-old, 18-year-old. I'm going to jail because my daughter come home, the dude my age talking about he love my daughter. I don't know how I'm gonna react to that because this how these pimps exist. When they get these young girls, they turn them out, and once they turn them out, you're not getting your kid back, man. That's how they get strung out on drugs and everything. They come up missing and everything.
Damn, lost and turned out. Look, didn't the whisper sing Olivia on the way to grandmother house? She got lost and turned out. Don't buy the pimp no Seville. Remember that song? The words to that song. That man got Olivia was lost and turned out.
You got gonorrhea from getting head from a girl.
Yeah, it's vicious out here. Yeah, it's vicious out here, man. Yeah, that's vicious. I mean, he shouldn't be using the bareback though. He shouldn't. There's no way I'm gonna let a prostitute or a crackhead give me a head bareback, man. There's no way. I don't care how much they feel good. I ain't doing none of that, man.
You said bareback. You ain't gonna let him do it. You said bareback.
Yeah. I ain't doing that, man. And then you can't even trust. See, it's so scary out here because and I was just telling somebody about this, that you got men out here that's on the down low. They got girlfriends or wives, and then they're taking this is why transgender are so popular, because of the men that's down low. They undercover spicy men, but at the same time they don't want nobody to know they spicy. So they'll go behind and get these transgender. And the thing about it is they not realize they taking diseases back to their girlfriends, their fiance, or their wives. And then the wives, you hear stories of it many times when wives and girlfriends don't even know that they're men sleeping with men. And now they got disease, they got to live with AIDS and take all this medicine for the rest of their life. This is crazy.
You could cure AIDS now, though.
You think they're gonna give you the what time for it though? You think they're gonna give you the cure for it? Why you think
no, they already have it. AIDS has already been cured.
Oh, we know that. They cured when it was made.
They're gonna give you the cure for it. You gotta have some money.
It's a regular prescription you go to the doctor for nowadays. They have commercials all on TV for it.
Yeah, they don't cure it. They just prolong it. Yeah,
they just prolong your life. It's not a cure.
No, they 100% have the cure, bro.
They say you go undetected. They didn't say that you don't have it. They say undetected.
Yeah, you can live with it.
That's the difference.
Yeah, you living with it. You ain't getting rid of
it. That means that you're not transmitting it.
But you're suppressing it though. But you still got it.
Right. That's just like everything.
Yeah, if you don't.
Right, but you're not having no symptoms. It's not hurting your body.
I put it like this: if I got a cold,
undetected, but you still can pass it and get it. Just
herpes.
Nah.
You can go undetected, but you still can pass it, even if you ain't having an outbreak.
Nah,
you can only pass herpes when you have an outbreak.
But that's what I'm saying. No.
Yes.
It's no cure for herpes. Once you get it, you got it.
No,
all right, man. I don't want to argue with you about it.
Yeah, it ain't even that.
I don't care that important.
Listening to basically if I got a cold, if somebody got a cold, you take medicine for that cold. Once it go away, do you got to take that medicine every day to keep that cold from constantly coming? No, you don't have to take the medicine no more. These people on medicine for the rest of their lives, meaning they still
no.
Oh, then send me something. You gotta send it because
I don't care that much. I'm just disagreeing. That's all I want to do. I just want to disagree. But I'm done talking because I don't care.
Yeah, he don't care, obviously, because he don't care to prove his right. We need to find this information.
I'm just saying my point. That's it. I could be wrong, you know.
Exactly. So we want to make sure we're not passing on wrong information. So I'm gonna look it up to see if it's a medicine out here you can buy that can cure AIDS. You know, so if it is somebody out here that got it, might need knowledge with that. it don't care about being right or wrong on this show. We care about letting the people
Right
know
information.
what it is. Yeah, so we ask for information, tell them where you got it from. You
Well-
like you got some Jordans, somebody say, where you get them Jordans from? Foot Locker, you know, but when it's some information, they got cure for AIDS. Nah, it ain't that serious. It's beyond serious. This cure for AIDS, they got medicine out here. People need to know. Shit, I let them know. Trippy hit me to this shit. I don't know. That's why I love to know information. It's
Prime
good.
example. Like with the vapes, they talk bad about the vapes.
The vapes?
Yeah. How it's messing up your kidneys and your liver.
Yeah, I heard it was certain vapes, you know, but I think smoking period, you know,
It's damaging,
it damages. Like even me smoking, I can smoke just sheets with weed. It's still smoking in my lungs. It's still
I thought vapes was just water.
Nah, it's some of the kids these little vape joints. They was not really THC in them, but it was some other shit, and they was causing them all type of issues, and they was in.
It's because of the vitamin E in it.
Okay, the vitamin E.
Yeah, it was causing people to get like popcorn lung and stuff.
Yeah,
And I could be wrong about the whole AIDS thing, but the reason why I don't care is because like I don't believe in natural medicine anyways. Like if I catch AIDS, I'm curing that shit. There's herbs for it. There's natural medicines that you can cure anything with. There's not a disease on earth that you can't cure. If you can catch it, it can be cured. There has to be. It's a yin to the yang. There has to be a positive to negative.
Oh, I agree with that. It definitely is. It's some out here, Dr. Sebi, that probably killed a lot of people, but for them to allow,
yeah, especially Dr. Seppi on that stuff, man. He got that knowledge.
That's why he was silenced.
Yeah, well, yeah. Rest in peace. He had that knowledge.
Yeah, he was a beast. Now we're gonna share this next clip about this mom and her son situation. She getting a lot of backlash on here. And I guess she called the police on her son because he had a gun. And then when the police got there, they found out he didn't have a gun. She said she just wanted him out of her house. So she lied. You know, they were saying they could have possibly been wrong through the fact that they thought he had a gun and possibly shot.
What I'm trying to understand is how evil must one be to make up a lie like this? View discretion is advised.
Lay on the ground, man. Ground. Lay on the ground, bitch. Hey, I said, stop. Put your hands behind your back. That's my son. I wanted you all to come so you can leave me. Come on. We don't got a gun. I wanted y'all to come to keep you understand. Bro. You don't got no gun. Why would you say that on 911 on a recorded line? Crazy. Bro, what the bro, I don't know. Man.
So this mother called the cops on her son and told them that he had a gun just so they can come and take him away. Refusing to understand that for a lot of those cops out there, this is target practice. They get excited for these kind of moments, especially when they know they are going to a neighborhood that's predominantly black. There's no way you want me to believe that she wasn't excited about what she did, because if you listen to the beginning of the video, when the cops tell him to get down, you hear her in the back say, yeah, get down, bitch ass nigga. This is no longer an argument between mother and son. This is a woman and a man, and she feels like she has upper hand because she called the authorities and lied on him, directly weaponizing his entire existence in that moment, which is he's young, black, and he's a male. And according to your call, he's armed. That's crazy. So she calls and lies on her son that he has a gun. They show up. Fortunately, the cops do their job the right way, right? They arrest him, and then she turns around and says, yes, I called and said he had a gun so he can get the fuck out of here. He does not actually have a gun, but I basically want y'all to come here and teach him a lesson. How fucked up must one be to lie on your own flesh and blood, your own child, and put him in harm's way where he might not see another day based on that one call, knowing it was a fucking lie? And the saddest part is a lot of people don't realize a child's development is a parent's responsibility. How that child turns out as a person, you have a huge part to play in that. So if they're fucking degenerate, it's because of fucking you. There is no bigger influence than the environment that is created in a home. And based on the way this woman made this call, I can tell exactly what kind of environment this young man grew up in. Now, fortunately, the female officer did arrest that woman for the phone call that she made. Now, that was necessary. But when I tell you a lot of people don't deserve children, this is exactly what I mean. A number of y'all decide to have children because it's trendy, not because you actually want to be an active, healthy, functioning parent. And then you allow their environment to raise them. They turn out to be ain't shit individuals, and then you get upset at what you bred, then turn around and do shit like this in the name of teaching them a lesson. That young man almost got put on a t-shirt because your stupid ass. And I bet if you told her to her face that she's a horrible fucking parent, she wouldn't want to hear shit that you saying. No accountability, no acknowledgement, just another motherfucker having kids. Fellas, I beg y'all, please stop procreating with these types. They are not fit to be parents. Shit, but
Yeah, he going on. Thanks for the video, Kenny. I didn't know you were going that long. I get the message, though. We can basically give our opinion on it. Riri, your mama. Can you see yourself ever doing this? And how do you feel about this woman doing this? And was it just for them locking her up due to her actions?
Yeah, she told a lie. She told a lie, and that's why she got locked up, because she wasting people time talking about they got a gun and they coming. Look, I know firsthand, you just say any weapon, whether it's a gun or a knife, they coming with rifles blazing. Okay? Me and my uncle got into an altercation. Misha called the police and said they got weapons. The people, these 2 officers came and they had shotguns like this, ready. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. This is just a domestic little knife fight, but they be ready to come in and swoop down and take a life. They be all Eddie Oakley ready to go on that kind of stuff. And he's absolutely right. But I'm not going to call and falsify no police records. That's just like lying in court, wasting people's time on some BS because you just wanted your child out the house. You know, you could call the police and say, I want him out the house. And Vic, you know, the police will come too. You ain't got to call and say he got a gun. I don't understand people. Sometimes I'm a mother, I'm a parent. I got in altercations with my son, and at no time did I ever think of calling the police and lying to say that he got a gun just to get him out my house. If I want him out my house, I'm gonna go get a hammer.
Yeah. God damn. Was they just for locking her up?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. What's your thoughts on it, Ron? You with us? You ain't with us.
Yeah, I'm here. To me, I think it's just horrible that you call the police on your son just to get him out your house. That means, one, that you have no control over your house. 2, your son don't respect you. It's because he see you doing the same thing he's doing. 3, that as a mother, that tells me that you had him young. And the father, either you didn't allow the father to come around or the father was in that kid life. 2, you got to understand these women of today don't have no morals about themselves. It's all about them. And like the brother said, that could have been an accidental shooting, police coming, especially if you got one of those gun-ho police that love to shoot people. And that could have been an incident turned tragic, because one police could have took that boy's life, and the mother would try to get a lawsuit because the police came. But she don't realize this is what I mean by no accountability. Nobody's taking accountability at all for what they do no more. Don't know. It's always what the other person did, because it takes 2. And to me, I'm glad that everything worked out as far as the whole situation. I'm glad they locked her up. She need to be locked up 5 or 10 years, because you need to learn about your accountability, what you done, because police could have been on another emergency call, but you call because you know they're going to react different when it's a gun involved. And this is why I say accountability, people run from it. They run. They'll hold the other person accountable, but when it comes to them, you ain't God. You can't tell me, you can't hold me accountable. But at the same time, what person is holding you accountable? We all got to hold ourselves accountable for everything we do. It's just me.
10 years though, Trip. And what's your thoughts on it, Trip? That lady called the cops on her son, said he had a gun.
Oh man. First off, I want to say that I feel I'm being a little negative with my attitude, and I apologize for that. It's been a rough morning, a little overexcited, so my bad, y'all. And yeah, man, that's just, it's crazy. It's crazy. And like you guys are saying, like he said in the video, you know, she ain't ready to have kids, and I agree with what both Riri and I'm sorry, I don't know your name, brother.
Yeah,
Ron, forgot yet what Ron said, and you know, I don't have just meeting you today, my bad. I yeah, man, I don't know. I don't have kids, and so like I don't really know what to say about it because I don't feel like I'm fit to have kids. I'm still struggling to deal with myself, and I know I wouldn't be the best parent that they could deserve if I did have kids. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, you know, and so those are kind of like my kids, and I get overwhelmed and frustrated with them. So I only can imagine how it would be if I had someone of my own that I had to look after, and there's no dropping them off to their parents when I'm done with them, you know, or when I get burnt out with them, or after we hang out for the day. There's no dropping them off. I'm stuck with them, you know, and that weighs on me because, you know, I'm 36, man, and I think about that. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I don't want to be like my dad had me when he was 49. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's just that's rough, man. I mean, straight up, I think she's a piece of shit for that, but I think she's gonna have some time to think about it, and hopefully, I hope that they can eventually have a conversation to where they both can understand each other and have a better relationship in their life, because obviously something's wrong at home, you know.
Yeah, it definitely is. For her to call the police on her own
Yeah,
son,
that's just straight, but that's no bueno, man. That's crazy. And I only can think of it like in an incident in my shoes with my nieces, because I don't have kids. Like, there's nothing they could do that would make me call the police on them. It's just you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that, man. That's your son could have just lost his freaking life, man. Like, this shit ain't a game.
Yeah, it seemed like she wanted him to get arrested, but not hurt. And she felt like that was her only option. And it's sad because it's like he probably got no uncles. Like Ron said, his father not around, so she ain't got nobody she can call to say, you know, I need you to come grab him. He been cutting up, you know, because young teenage boys, they start to feel like they the man. If you've been treating them more like a friend and not a son, it's a little too late to start trying to discipline him and tell him what he can and can't do, because he already feeling himself. You already let him become the man of the house. So I hate when women get in these situations. What you got, Avery?
Why did she call him a punk bitch, MF and all that? That's horrible.
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong. When we upset, you know, we say stuff, because I'm mad at argue with my son and say some verbatim. That's the hurt. But I'm not gonna be in front of no police or nobody else and spew that out, that venom out my mouth about my own son. Me and my son not too long got into an altercation. And you know what? Everybody said you should have called the police. No, because I knew if the police come, that would have taken it to another level, another degree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I, like I said, and I handled it, and my son had left my house, you know, and that's without calling the popos.
Yeah.
You know, because you never know. When you call and bringing in outside people, whether it's somebody help or whatever, you rolling the dice 50-50, whether they're going to do bodily harm to the person or not. We don't know. But
that's
I know
PG.
that
PG, you taking a chance with PG.
Oh, you know, PG, they gonna shoot first.
You better know.
Yeah, like I said, when me and my uncles played, they came with shot. I'm like, that wasn't necessary. But I didn't call either. Misha called and she was scared and crying. And then I guess they thought that we was over here with weapons. They was going to get for both of us. When she said they got knives. Okay, well, they bring in guns, gauges. And I was like, that lady turned that corner like the Terminator. I am not exaggerating.
Wow.
Down the hall, I saw the police coming. She turned that bitch like the Terminator, like this. I'm like, lady, who you about to pump up? Really? That was the first time I ever saw, you know, them coming out like that. I never seen no police officers with guns like that, you know, ready. And this little white lady, I'm like, the gun was bigger than her. And I was like, why was that necessary? Why? Because they said we had weapons.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
I had my house kicked in, police slamming niggas to the desks, couches, saying there's a dude in my house wanted for murder. I'm like, what? You know, they showed me a picture. I never seen this dude there in my life. I don't know who this dude is. But they just searching my spot, just going through everything. You know, what is this? Why you don't like y'all here for that? Did y'all find the person y'all looking for? He can't be in my drawers. Like y'all think he can fit in my drawer down? Like they were just on some Bama stuff, man. It was my landlord.
Yeah, but you know they look for a reason.
Yeah.
They look for reasons to vandalize your place anyway, because you got to remember, they living off a police salary. It's great, but not that great. So if they come into a person's home and they see a person got a nice home, they're gonna try to do whatever they got to do to vandalize it, to tear it up, to make you start all over again. That's like prime example. If they see a black person in a nice car, they're gonna have a reason to try to pull them over. Because why? Some police are jealous because they see a young black person driving a nice car and they got to go out and work for their income. Yeah, but they'll try to find something else to say that it's not that. So that's why I got cameras in both of my trucks, because you got to be careful out here now. I mean, because you got parents are jealous of their children. Like, for example, you got kids that, I mean, they're straight A student all the way through 12th grade. And then they're a straight A student in college, and they're getting all these grants, you know, to go to college. And you got parents feel like they ain't do nothing with their life, so they'll think like they encourage their kids, but in reality, they hate their kids doing better than them. You got a lot of hateful parents out here, man, because they want their kids to be in the slumps just like them. And once their children in the slump with them, they can bad. Matter of fact, prime example, like Tokyo with her daughter. I know y'all probably seen it, how she went on straight internet and talked bad about her own daughter, because her daughter is Black China, right? I think that's her daughter. Yeah. And she got on the internet and straight talked bad about her own daughter that came out your womb. That's a sign of jealousy, a bitter woman who has done nothing but try to live off her daughter, and her daughter cut ties with her, like, no, I'm not taking care of you no more. So what a hurt person do? They go to the most place they're vulnerable at, is social media, where they're going to get all the sympathy at. This is crazy out here, man. This is crazy.
Yeah.
Do you find it more women hating against their daughters, or fathers hating against their sons? Do y'all see? I mean, I never heard of. Well, there is some instances where the fathers is jealous of the sons, but is it more so? You know what I'm saying, Molly? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I guess you saying, do women tend to, you know, hate their kids more than some men, or men hate their kids more, or be jealous, or feel like they're in competition?
Right.
I just think the daughters, like prime example, if a mother had her daughter at 15, she expected she to be pregnant at 15 or 16, so they can carry that trick. Girl, you better go get on public assistance, but that's how I raised you. But then the daughter come back and say, I'm not doing that. I got plans, so I want to do. I want to go off to college and make something out of myself. Girl, you shouldn't be going to college. Who going to college? Ain't nobody going to college no more. You got parents out here like that, especially dads. Like, prime example, you got the dude Lorenzo Ball trying to live through his sons, because his career was some trash.
Who's Lorenzo Ball?
You talking about the Ball? You know,
the Ball. He's trying to live through his kids.
I don't know. I see it a lot though. Like Ja Morant, his father be at the game, but you know, it's each his own. You know, I just feel like he a present father, you know, and then when their kids finally make it to stardom, people start to notice them. You know, like nobody cared that he was at every game with his kids when they was in elementary and he put them on teams together. He built a fandom before they even played in the NBA. They was already rich due to him. You know, he made them into stars, created celebrity. But the minute they came into the NBA, he was still the same person he is, arrogant. Yeah, my boy's the best. He been saying that since they was young. And they was like, look, he trying to live through his sons. But the whole time I looked at it, they trying to push the father out. You don't see him on TV with his boys no
as
more. You
much.
don't see him talking about his boy. He was telling his son, "Nah, you ain't signing with Nike. We can create our own shoe line," which was smart. If Michael Jordan created his own shoe line, he'd be the richest person probably ever. But he under Nike, you know. So they was like, "You the number one pick. We gonna go ahead and push your shoe," which was selling. But they just start pushing out negative posts against it. People start talking negative about it. You know, they was hurting their brand. And I get it. You know, they do it with LeBron. You know, his son shouldn't be on the team. But
His son's some trash.
if I had a company, a 5-star company or Apple or anything like that, and my son was under me and he wanted to work, it'd be no problem to get him a job. It wouldn't even make sense if my son was out here trying to pursue something that I'm doing in my field and I'm not allowing him to work with me. If I got the screens to pull it, why not? It just like I don't know why we do that as black people. Like we want to see other people struggle. Like, no, LeBron, your son should go through struggle just like no.
Mm-hmm.
His father's rich. And if we was rich, we'd make sure our kids don't have to go through the shit that they go through right now. You know, so as each his own. I just like as long as it's a present father, people can find it how they want it, as long as he active, and that's good by me. But you know, it do be some I'm doing a little too much. He do sometimes a little too much, but you know that's who he is. They respect it, but that was always my thoughts on that.
I think he slowed down because I think he had one of his legs amputated or something. He had something amputated. I think that's why he kind of slowed down out of the media. But I mean, I just look at it that like for me, I ain't no rich dude, but I thank God for allowing me to be comfortable. But at the same time, I just look at it that I tell my daughters them the truth. If you go ahead and open your legs to anybody, deal with them consequences that come behind you open up your legs. I don't hide nothing from them. I be honest with them, and then my ex-wife get on me like, Ronnie, why you keep talking rough to them? I say the world gonna treat them bad as I am. So why they don't get it the real talk now? So at least when they come in their face, they'll know how to deal with it. I just think the world has certain subjects are taboo because they don't want to deal with their consequences to what they're doing. Like prime example, if your daughter got both parents in the house and the dad is strict but the mother's laid back, who do you think that child gonna have more trust in and confidence in? She gonna go to where she gonna get pat on the head, good job, baby. But the dad gonna be the one that throwing that belt, like, oh, hey, I'm responsible for you until you come of age of to take care of yourself. You're not gonna be bringing no dudes over here, and mommy says okay. I don't care if y'all is sitting in the room because you setting things up for failure. You setting things up, and well, hey, my dad, my parents said it was cool for him to come on here when y'all not here. So they found a moment that y'all not home or out of town, that she gonna sneak him over. Then when she come pregnant, then everybody gonna look at everybody like don't nobody know what's going on. That's just me on it.
Nah, it can happen that way. It's each his own. You know, I just feel like we gotta trust our kids. You know, it's like we gotta really trust that what we install in them will actually work. You know, we can't actually hold their hand. You know, they gonna go to school. They might deal with bullies, but like you said, we gotta prepare them for that. But when it comes to like the adult type stuff, you know, I just be like, man, we just gotta have them talks with them and just let them know, you know, these are things that can happen. But for the outcome, I don't know. I just think like things just happen sometimes. They can be some good kids that just messing around with each other, boop, get pregnant, It can be some rough boy messing with a good girl or a bad little girl messing with a good. I just be like, man, you just got to know that y'all trying to be adults, so it might have adult consequences that come with this, you know. And having a child is it's not easy. A lot of them think it's easy, you know, due to the TV shows and things they watch, cartoons and stuff. It don't seem that bad. Then they get little doll babies they take care of. But you know, I think for the ones who had younger siblings as they was getting older, those the ones that tend to be like, nah, I know what it's like to change a pamper. You know, I know what it's like to do that. So they might tend to wait, but everybody got their own timing, you know. I just hope my kids wait as long as they can, you know. But it's
Well,
to come
right.
early, man. Ain't nothing we can do but
Don't
prepare
take them
for it.
for
Hopefully I prepared them right. Who that Wheezy Wee?
Yeah, Weezy Wee. Molly said, is that Weezy Wee?
What up,
Oh,
Weezy? What up? Well, we can do this last segment. Ron said, "Oh, girl should get what 10 years." She called the police on her son, and I don't know if y'all heard about this. Now I'm gonna just play the clip and we give our recap.
The feds say the suspect, 36-year-old Mohammed Bader Jallow, a former member of the Virginia National Guard, walked in on a room filled with ROTC students and opened fire. The ROTC instructor shot and killed, 2 others injured.
All right, so he shot and killed the instructor.
Yeah.
And then 2 other injured. And then these badass ROTC guys
Jumped him
and
knifed him right in the neck. Jallow was convicted of trying to pull off a terrorist attack for ISIS at Fort Hood in 2016. He served 8 years in federal prison.
So this guy did something similar, but they caught him and he was sentenced to 8 years in prison. So, like, was this guy an immigrant at one time? And,
Yes.
and we gave this guy citizenship at one time. Don't you think that maybe when you've done something so bad, I'm just asking for a friend, but when you've done something so bad and it's an act of terrorism and you're a guest of our country and you get sentenced to 8 years in prison, you should, on the day that they released, have the U.S. Marshals waiting for you, putting you on a plane back to where you come from, and your American citizenship is stripped. That's what we need to do.
The feds say the suspect, 36-year-old Mohammed Bader Jallow, a former...
Ron, you said that lady should have got 10 years. This dude only did 8 years. And he still can actually be here in America. How do you feel about this, Ron? I know we talking about. We can start with you, Ron. I don't know if you heard it or not. How do you feel about him being free and still being there to be in America?
Let's look at America for 1 second. America do treason us on every day. When you kill a black man that's handcuffed, when you beat a black man for no reason, when you pull over a black man, and the justice is talking about treason, you got a president on 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is doing treason right now against the American people. Start a war for no reason because he bit off more than he can chew. He can't face reality. So he had to look at the treason that he brought up on America because he didn't like the peace treaty that Obama did. So he puts a war, put the American people in harm's way because he wanted to break that treaty and stamp his name on it. So look at the treaty we talking about. Yeah, if this man went in and did what he did, I agree with the brother saying that that he should have been stripped of his American rights and sent back home. But just think about it. We got a president that's doing the same thing. He's killing people. He's killing millions of people. This man shot the instructor, and yeah, he got jumped at the end of the day. But just look at it. Let's talk about it. Do you think 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue is not putting treason on people?
I don't know. That's a question.
That's a question that I'm throwing out to the listeners.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. What's your point on it, Trip? What's your thoughts?
First and foremost, yeah, he should have never been in this country. Get that mofo out of here. Yeah. Second, I mean, I don't know about treason, brother, and I don't want to get into a whole political argument. And you know, Obama deported way more than Trump has, way more. People tend to forget about that. And I mean, he didn't bite off more than he can chew with Iran. They whooping they ass right now. So I don't know how he bit off more than you can chew. And
Let me ask
I
you, brother,
don't.
before you go. Let me ask you one question. So you're a Trump supporter?
Yeah. Now, I don't agree with everything he does. I'm not a supporter. I don't necessarily believe in presidents, but I like the way things are going for them somewhat. And then there is a few things I really disagree with too.
Hold on, brother. So you're telling me you are comfortable with? Sorry to get off topic, Molly.
Yeah,
But
he on top.
you're telling me to make this clear, you're
Mhm.
okay with him stripping millions of people of Medicaid that need it, black and white. Now,
I mean,
then
I don't know anybody that's happened to. I still have it. I don't
I
know
still,
anybody that's happened to.
I don't know neither. I don't know.
I don't know
Ronnie got
one person.
anything for us that we can pull up that they were stripped from all this money. I heard it before too. I heard it. You ain't the first person that told me that neither though,
And
Ron.
I'm on government Medicaid.
Some people said that though. I want to know who though. Because some people probably was stripped from their they be certain fields, it be that.
Not only that, I know people who got their benefits reduced, who got
Yes.
they
I didn't get
own.
mine reduced either.
Now, how
Who
you
did,
did
man?
get yours reduced? And I know a 60-some-year-old disabled man that's disabled, and they only give him $30 a month to live off of.
There's definitely mistakes. Nothing's going to be perfect. I'm not saying everything's right. There's definitely mistakes been made. But if you guys pay attention to anything's going on, there's billions and billions and billions of dollars in fraud going on in Medicaid, food stamps, and all that going on. And that's just trying to cut down on it. If you guys remember Doge, which fucking kind of went off the rails there for a little bit, but like that's a lot of it was a part of is cutting down all these bullshit programs that they started, sending money to Norway for a trans research program, all this crazy stuff going on that Biden was putting out in these Dems, and I mean
cut that money.
I
I'm
get-
talking about the money here, the people that
right,
need it.
but I know that
They
it came from here, so it is here. It came
Yeah,
from
yeah.
here.
Yeah, they're
So-
using our tax money to
Right.
So,
That's
so
what
the
I'm
money-
sick of paying taxes for shit like that. I'm
So
sick
the
of paying
money that-
taxes so all these Somali immigrants can make millions of dollars a year in these fake daycare centers with Medicaid fraud and stuff. That's what I'm sick of.
Okay, so my thing is, where is all this money at that he said he saved from Doge? And the only reason Elon came in is because he was being investigated. So
And that's
by
a
him
part I
being
agree with you with.
he killed all the people that was investigating him. That's why he gave $300 million to Trump so he could come in and do his damage. Do you know?
It ain't Elon. He did,
His sons are getting paid. Here it is by his son, his youngest son. What is his name? Byron. He's
Barron.
yeah,
Trump.
Byron, whatever his name is.
Barron.
He's
He the
worth
future.
$100 million. And what has he done to be worth $100 million? So it came out that before all this stuff hit with all this oil and stuff.
I can tell you how he's worth that.
Yeah, that's how you gotta look it up.
Because if you know, Trump is a businessman. You can't run businesses while you're a president. So his sons and everything take it over. Real estate businesses, the hotels, all that. His family runs that. Trump can't run that while he's the president. That's how they're so rich. And I do agree with you is like, where the fuck is all this money from Doge? I do agree with you on that because they saved billions in dollars from Doge. Where is all this money? Where's these checks that were supposed to come from Doge? That's one thing I don't agree with. It's like, okay, you did all this good shit, saving all this freaking taxpayer money. Where is it at? Granted, prices have come down a little bit. I mean, maybe where I'm at, gas is, but yeah, man, I that's one thing I do agree with you on is where is all this fucking money at?
It's in his pockets.
And
they transferred all that money overseas because you
I
gotta
mean,
look at it. Trump has always
I
been a
can't,
con man.
I can't dispute you on that. I can't because
He's always been a
that's
con man.
one thing I disagree with is it doesn't look good when you did all this shit with Doge. And like you're saying, your family's millionaires and everything, but I mean, you just got to follow the money for that. Like you can follow the business makings and everything for that. But right, it doesn't look good. That's one thing against him is it doesn't look good. You said you were going to do everything, all this. I mean, he has followed up on 90% of the things he said he was going to do. But where's these checks at? Where's these checks at you said that you were sending out? That's one thing I agree with you on that pisses me off about him, and it doesn't look good on him. Exactly, is where the fuck is all this money at? People are struggling out here.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's one thing I do agree with you on, brother.
I did it by myself. I'm a single person. My food bill alone to $200-$300, almost $400 alone.
I believe you.
Both of my cars, I cannot put regular in my tank. I can't use regular gas. So my gas starting off at $4.67 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, who's losing here? But yet they're gaining. Here you got his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is making these backdoor deals to where he's a billionaire. You see, you got to look at the thing that's been going. All these presidents been robbing.
I can tell you things against that too, but I agree with you though.
It's not that because Obama went in poor, so he say, and he came out a billionaire. So at the end of the day, it's all about giving the American people what they think they should have. If you got billionaires making decisions for people like you and I, what we should have, what we shouldn't have. If this is the land of the free, we should be making our own decisions for ourselves, what we should have and what we shouldn't have.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
100%, brother. And that's a big problem with this country is that we're so freaking divided. We forget that it's we the people, not them. We the people, the government works for us. And that's what people fucking forget is they're too worried about fighting against each other and not figuring out the ways to stand up to the bullshit that they're that they're complaining about and making change. I agree with you, bro.
But listen, but then you got to think about it. What's the easiest thing to sell to American people that's been around for eons? Racism. That's easy to sell.
Yes, sir.
Keep distracted. Keep your blinders on.
Yes, sir.
That way you won't worry about everything else that's falling off around you. Because you're so busy, oh, you're a hunky, you're a cracker, you're a nigga, you're a Negro. See, the long as they keep you in that box, they robbing you on the outskirts of the box.
Yes.
So
they're so good at saying, hey, look at this right here while they're doing all this shit over here.
Exactly.
Why do you think all the news is always negative, you know?
But you know they buying up all the news because that way they
that's been done.
United States.
Yeah,
there's like 4 families that own all the main media stations.
The Rothschilds are one of them.
All Jews, not trying to shoot at Jews, but they're all Jews.
But see, Jews have power when they own all Montgomery County. Look at any other holiday, they'll shut Montgomery County down for if they having a Jew day. But at the end of the day, America always been a fool for certain people. Like, let's look at it like this. We Americans so forgiving, but yet look how Trump is treating everybody. But you gotta respect him, what he's doing, because he's telling you to your face, I don't like black people. I don't like you.
Oh, no,
why you don't say that, brother? Come on, bro.
Trump,
you don't say that.
Making up shit. That's all y'all do is make up shit. I like facts. Trump did never say that. He did more for black people.
No, I was just saying to get a reaction. I was just saying to get a reaction.
He got the highest minority vote ever for a president this last election.
And one thing about him, he was rich before he became president. So all this he doing it to be rich, and his sons of them been rich before they even did all that. The only thing bothers me is that I'm positive the Trump family been rich before he even became.
Oh yeah, bro. All you gotta do is follow the money, brother.
It's just funny that when we go back, it's just weird that y'all ain't noticed none of this when Obama term was in there. Or when Biden term was in there and all this term. Why was all these questions when Biden was sending money into all these weird places for people that had these weird operations? Nobody asked questions. But the minute Trump and it, the money going here, the money going there. I'm happy y'all know that now that both sides just get a turn to fuck each other over, but they all working together. You know, and that's why I believe that we the people is they got us thinking they divided when they actually is the ones who in control. They just playing the left wing, right wing. We say it all the time, but then we come on here and show our biases. You know that, oh, I don't like Trump. Oh, I don't like that. No, they all a piece of shit. At the top, you see black, white, Spanish. They out there shaking hands and all that. And at the bottom, they got us divided. They got us hating each other. Oh, this is racist. This is racist. But at the top, you see they working together. We had a black man that looked like us in the White House for 8 years. And we still talking about, well, you know, yeah, at the lower part, yeah, they got us brainwashed and they got us divided here. But at the top, they shaking hands, they making deals, they creating wars and all this stuff to keep us distracted, to keep on feeding us. We living and feeding them every day. We go to the store, we get taxed. That's their money. We get paid, we get taxed. We pay a bill, we get taxed. So it's just like at the end of the day, if Trump in there or the guy that y'all like, they still, that money goes to them and they decide what they're gonna do with it, and it always goes somewhere we don't know. So it's just like, come on, what's that trip?
And people forget about too, 2008, this country went into a recession during Obama's presidency, when banks, the top banks, Bank of America, Chase, Citibank, Wells Fargo, were putting up crap mortgages, selling shit mortgages to fraud people, and plummeted the dollar and put this country in a recession, and Obama bailed the banks out.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm happy you brought that back up. I forgot.
I remember that. No, I mean, I don't care who's president, but I'm just saying that they all robbing us anyway. They all got
there is shit.
Because Obama had a war, it was just quiet, but he had a war.
Yeah, he wasn't playing. He was dropping them things. Obama wasn't playing. He's the he had CNN on his side. He actually, they made money. They produced the episodes on catching people and deporting them. And now you see it on, oh, don't deport them people. He illegal. You know, it's like we can't go to no other country without our passport. We can't just walk in China and be like, yeah, I'm here. They're gonna be like, where your passport at? If not, you're getting snatched up. So it's like, why do we want to allow people to do that to us? Oh, because, you know, all this bullshit because they don't like Trump. Like, you know, I had a problem when people walking across the border when Biden was in office, whoever. You can't just walk across the border. We need some type of guy, and then we complain about how drugs getting in here, how kids getting trafficked from over there to here, because we just allowing people in. If we actually stop them how they stop us when we go to their countries, then we'll know who coming in and who going out. So it's like, no, they was allowing this to happen for all this bullshit to be going on now. And now Trump here to clean it up, because that's his role. He here to be Darth Vader. I keep telling people that he here to stir shit up, but that's his job. You know, so you're going to have some people rooting for that. You always got two teams. You got the left and the right side. So the people who root for the right, they're not going to like what he's doing. But if the people who root for the left, they're going to love it. So it's just like they both get a turn, you know. So next Democrats gonna go, and a lot of Republicans gonna be pissed off why they got him in off. See, that was Trump. He would have did this. And at the top, they just dapping hands like we still get confused. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, you know, Obama deported more than Trump has, but Bush before Obama didn't let 20 million people open the borders and let 20 million people enter the country either.
Yeah,
you know, Biden did that. Kamala Harris did that.
Mm-hmm.
I was in New York City. I was in New York City when they were busting them in, bro, putting them up in 5-star hotels, brother.
Giving them
money. We talked about it. We about to go. We about to give y'all some good energy before we get up out of here. Catch y'all on Wellness Wednesday where we talk about y'all health. We know how these politics talks can go, especially my boy Brian.
Yeah.
I love it.
All love though. It's all love though. Always.
I love it. I love it. I mean, it was some good fire conversation today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mom, for joining. Thank you, Trippy, for joining. Always my favorite hippie.
You're my favorite Reese cup.
Thank you. And my girl Friday, I'll call her Friday on Tuesdays, Destiny. She came in for a little bit, Destiny. So yeah, we could definitely get into a real political soiree with Ron, Destiny, Trippy, Molly, Oh, I'll just sit back and look, because I'm just like, this is CNN right here. Like, what?
CNN, they shit scripted. We just freestyling, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Riri, y'all give them some good energy before y'all get up out of here.
Look, take your umbrella, your galoshes, your winter coat, your flip flops, to take everything, because you don't never know what kind of weather you're gonna get. So if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So take it all with you. They giving it all to us.
She's ready. I wish they get this little help button. Yeah, they got this little help button they keep pulling up on me. I hate that. I don't need help. Yeah. Ron the Don. Yeah, Ron the Don, give him some good energy before you get up out of here, brother.
Well, I want to say thank y'all for having me on the show. It's always a blast when we be on the show together. I just want to tell the people, find God while you got the opportunity. Love yourself and search who you are. And don't forget to get the book, Walking Down the Halls of Truth. It's on Amazon. I thank y'all so much.
Yes, sir. Gotta get the book. I gotta get my book, Ron the Don Trip.
Well, I gotta meet up with you. I gotta meet up with you anyway. So.
I see you in another 2 years and shit.
Don't do that, Marlon.
You're gonna be getting up with me for 2 years now.
Nah, man, I just been grinding, man. You know, ever since the book came out, I just been hitting the streets, man.
Yeah, that's what Black China told her mother. That's why she said, "Fuck my daughter." I'm about to go live and say, "Fuck Ron."
Yeah.
Bullshit. Get some good energy before we go, Trip.
First and foremost, thanks for having me on, y'all. It's always a blast. Ron, it was a pleasure meeting you, brother. You know, and keep that positive energy flowing. Keep the smiles on your faces. Put smiles on faces. Believe nothing you hear, half of what you see, man. Do your own research. And if it ain't great today, it'll get greater later, baby. Much love.
Yes, sir. Trip got real good at that. I remember his first one. He was like, "Hold on, give me some time." You know, down it's cool, man. Appreciate y'all tapping in. We'll be back tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday. Make sure when y'all tap in, you eat before, or you might want to eat after, because we're going to tell you the truth, man. We're going to tell you what foods to stay away from and what foods you should get closer to. But we up out of here. Peace and love. Peace.
Thank you. All right, 12:50. I'm about to